Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll teach you first chapter, food, where does it come from, of science. It starts with some questions. What did you eat today at home? Find what your friend ate today. Did you eat the same kind of food yesterday and today? We all eat different kind of food at different time, isn't it? So you have to just comment below the answers of these. Let's start with the first point. Food variety. Activity 1. Ask your friend in school about items they would be eating during a day. So you have to ask your friend that if they would be at home, so what would they be eating. So let's start with some information about it. So you can just take information from your friends which are staying in another country or another state of India. Like in Tamil, they eat idli as shown in this figure 1.1, different kind of food items, right? List all items in your notebook as given in table 1.1. So they've shown that you have to make a table like this, and you can write as many friends as possible. Okay? So actually, if I take one example for my friend, so it is like Neha I take, and I ask her that what did she eat today. She must be, if I ask her, so I can write for just example, I can write she ate some pulses with rice and other things. So these are the different food items. Let's start with another para. There seems to be so much variety in food that we eat. Figure 1.1. So the figure 1.1 is this one where they have shown like idli, and they have shown the fish and dal. Then think about rice cooked at home. We take raw bag and boil it in water. So we actually take raw rice and we boil it in water. Just two ingredients or two materials. So I'll tell you the definition of ingredients. Ingredients are spices or things used to prepare a dish or a particular dish. So these two items are used to prepare a dish of boiled rice. On the other hand, some food made, so here they have written that some food like curry, they take so many ingredients like vegetables, salt, spices, oil, and so on. Let's start with activity 2. Choose some of the item you listed in table 1.1. So 1.1 is this one table. Yeah. So from this table you have to see that for example, I have taken Neha, but I'll not put it here because they have shown a table 1.1. So they have written what all ingredients would be used. If I made roti, so atta and water would be used. If I prepare dal, so pulses, water, salt, oil, ghee, spices. So you can make any other things also. You can write, for example, anything. What do we find? Do we find some ingredient common of different food items? So they have written that we find some items which are not found in this. So there are two I'll tell you that we'll start with first point 2. Food materials and sources. So food materials materials which we eat, and sources means from where does it come from. So there are two sources, plant sources and animal sources. So plant sources are shown here, they are mangoes or dal, and animal sources are like fish or eggs. So in this thing there is only written this much. Let's start with activity 3. Let us take the food items listed earlier and try find out where they come from. So if you have listed it before, if you see that where does it come from, so they have shown that you have to see in table 1.3 that where does they come from. Food item idli. Ingredient rice, urad dal, salt, water. So rice comes from plant, urad dal also comes from plant, salt comes from water, and we get water from the water bodies. Chicken curry. Chicken comes from animal, spices comes from plant, oil and ghee comes from plant and animal because oil comes from both. And water also you can write like lakes or water bodies. Kheer, milk, animal, rice, plant. So milk comes from animal and rice comes from plant. Sugar comes from plant because of sugarcane. So what do you include means in this activity 3, what all things you have included. Other thing you can include any other things, like if I take something like curry and that all, so there are a lot of things which are used. So like let's start with 1.3, plant parts and animal products as food. Plant are one sources of our food. Which parts of plant? So there are many parts of plants, right? Only like of plant, other plants, roots can be eatable, or leaves can be eatable, fruit can be eatable, and flower can be also eatable. So Paheli wants to know any of the other food comes from other plants and animals. Okay. In table 1.4, food items with plants and major. Okay, major sources. Brinjal curry is made up of brinjal which comes from fruit, and then they have just shown one of the examples, so other you can write. Chili as spices, any other? So chili is located here, right? Fruit, right? So it is a fruit. Oil from groundnut, mustard, soybean, and other plants. So seed, this comes from seed. And the flour, if we take the flour and just smash it, so there are little seeds which we'll see. So do not try to taste unknown plants around you to see they are eatable. So means they are showing that Paheli, this girl is Paheli and she's eating poisonous things. So like she should not try that they are eatable or not. So goodbye everyone. Please subscribe our channel. And for another video, another part of this video, see in the playlist.